Okay. I hope you hear me well. So, hi, everybody. I'm Irina Rakotoson. I'm a product manager at PhaseView. And today I'm pleased to present to you the Alpha 3 Facility Edition. So, the partnership with PhaseView and Olympus, and now Evident, on Light Sheet Microscopy has been gone for a few years now. So we do offer two systems to meet different needs, the Alpha Free and the Alpha Free Facility Edition. So the purpose of today's presentation is to present in more details the Facility Edition that you can see on the right, which, as its name implies, it's designed to meet the specific needs of core facilities for light sheet imaging. So the Facility Edition has been especially designed to meet the requirements for core facilities, and this was clearly our ambition when designing the Facility Edition with very high quality imaging over a wide range of samples and applications, and with a high degree of automation for best user experience. So the Facility Edition and the Alpha Free version share the same optical architectures. So it's composed of a laser combiner, which hosts a set of laser up to 6 laser lines injected into 2 fibers and connected to dual illuminators that works simultaneously. So the laser light converges on the sample and stimulate the fluorescent markers only within the light sheet. And the sample, here is the pink circle, emits fluorescence, which is collected by the detection objective mounted in the vertical position. And this passes through the filter wheel with the usual emission filters and the sensitive SCMOS camera. So the Facility Edition combines key patented technologies in the illuminator arms. So these technologies provide a uniform, optimally resolved and full field light sheet image to provide the best image quality. So with the system, we assure finest optical sectioning, and remove usual shadows and stripes artifacts. And here is a picture of the Facility Edition. So the first noticeable element of the system is the motorized detection objective turrets that you can see here, housing up to 6 objectives. And the next front element is the motorized sample and chamber loader. And on the illumination side, we have also a turret here, 4 position, and the XYZ motion controls on the illumination arm are fully motorized also. So all the main elements of the Facility Edition are motorized and software controlled. So after seeing the fully motorized hardware of the system, here you can see the graphical interface that will guide the user to perform an acquisition. So here is 2 screens providing with the system. On the left, we have the QDIS PIM software, which handles the system controls. It provides direct access to the camera image and all relevant controls on the system, laser excitation, laser parameters, motion control, with the possibility of combine all acquisition parameters and acquisition mode. So when you set and start acquisition with this screen, and the system will automatically run everything. All modalities are saved directly also to the hard drive. And on the right, on the second screen, there is an interface expansion, the live preview software, which is called Linda for live indexing of data. So here, when you explore, when you run around the sample, Linda will provide the live 3D displays of traveled areas and build a render of the sample while the exploration. It's in live. So the user is have greater improved by the automation of the system combined with the intuitive and interactive software that automatically support several applications. Okay, so after seeing all these motorized elements of the Facility Edition, fully software controlled, let's see the steps to do an acquisition. So user experience starts with one ease of sample mounting. So first, we have to mount the sample. So the flexibility of the system is provided by the large choice of mounting options, because we know it's a key aspect of lighting imaging. And all kind of sample, nature and size can be easily accommodated while keeping their physiological integrity. So the Facility Edition has sample mounting accessories for small to large sample size. So now let's see two little videos showing how to mount samples in the Facility Edition. So first, to mount a small sample here, you have to put the mold support in the vertical position and install on it the mold and the agarose or Fitagel, for example, and create a whale with the shaping molds. Wait 5 minutes, remove the structures, and then carefully insert the sample into the whale with some medium, and finally close it with low melt agarose. And you can see here on the right all these forming molds for small samples. And regarding large samples, how to mount them. Here you position your sample on the glass plate and the adjustable clamps here to keep the sample on it, just maintain it. And as you can see on the video, they slide to cover both the length and the height of the samples. Here are all the accessories, and all these accessories, forming molds and clamps, are autoclavable and are easily cleanable because they are made from Teflon and here glass, so they are very resistant to corrosive medium. So the large array of available holders and supports and molding tools, it's a big differentiating factor for the Alpha Free Facility Edition. And in practice, having all these mounting accessories allows to meet users' needs wishing to perform multi-sample acquisitions, like You can see here, for example. So multi-sample can be imaged in one imaging session by aligning them, like here on the right, one after the other on the glass plates using the different holding clamps. You can scan up to a 15 millimeter length because it's the size of the glass plate. Hmm. Okay. After seeing the large variety of sample mounting accessories, the second step is to load the sample in the system. So here we can see the animation of the load chamber in. Also, thanks to the sample the chamber size, we can house large samples of series of samples. And the chamber is made of stainless steel, so really resistant to corrosive media. And you can also see here on the video the motorized detection and here the illumination objective turrets that allow performing automated multi-scale imaging. So this is the third step. So as you know, light sheet fluorescent microscope provides a lot of benefits for image acquisition. So it's possible to acquire large or small samples, but light sheet fluorescent microscope architecture are dedicated either for sample screening and cellular resolution for large sample, otherwise dedicated for small samples with a high magnification and limited field of view. So the optical architecture of the light sheet fluorescent microscope makes difficult to put in place different image acquisition strategies like conventional microscopy. So in the facility edition, the motorized objective turrets on both detection and here illumination allow to seamlessly convert the microscope from one configuration to another. So the flexibility of the facility edition is also provided by the large the access of the larger choice of quality objectives. It use yeah huge variety of illumination and detection objectives, and as we covered it before, the facility edition is fully motorized with 4 position objective turrets for the illumination and 6 for the detection path, covering 1.53 to 1.56 index of medium. And from a user point of view, it can easily switch from macro to micro view imaging with auto adjustments of illumination and detection planes. So the acquisition strategies are not limited with the facility edition because thanks to its larger range of objectives and the combination of technologies, the system is ready to image cleared, fixed, live, small, large samples at any magnifications. And the fully motorized automated system controlled by the software allow optimal user experience. Yeah, so let's see some examples of acquisition scenarios that the facility edition can easily perform. Yeah. So all these new elements aim at satisfying scenarios which are regularly encountered in light sheet microscopy. So the first scenario, for example, if the user wants to visualize very quickly a whole organ, in that case, it's a mouse brain, for screening purposes, then automatically switch to higher magnification and acquire the same whole organ with XY tiling scan and obtain the thinnest resolution. So here is the acquisition with the 4x, for example, for fast screening. And here, exactly the same with the 10x. And we can see the difference of resolution. So this is now possible to do it with the facility edition. And another scenario that can be described is to focus on specific area. For example, here with the same brain, the user wishes to quickly visualize the whole sample and then acquire only select one or more region of interest, like here, for example, and choose higher magnification lens for the better resolution. And now we can see with the region of interest the difference of resolution between both. So these two acquisition scenarios are clearly the ones that most our customers want to perform, and actually they are quite common in other microscopy techniques. So these are possible with the facility edition, thanks to its smart automatization and performing automatic adjustment when switching objectives. So depending on the strategies, you really need to think about how many time I would like to spend for the experiment and what is the minimal size of the structures or the event I want to focus on. So this was clearly the ambition to make these acquisition scenarios possible when designing the facility edition. And yeah, for this multi-resolution imaging examples, we have made 3 different acquisition on a zebrafish larva, as you can see here. So this sample possesses 3 colors and cleared with the cubic Air Plus protocol. So we acquire this same zebrafish with the 3 mags, 4x, 10x, and 25x. And as you can see here, it's the acquisition with the 4x. Precisely, it was a 15-minute acquisition. And it was a 1:4 tiling, yes. And as I told you, it was possible to do the acquisition with a higher mag, the 10x. So if we zoom on the zebrafish head, you can appreciate now the difference of resolution on the same area. And thanks to that, we can go in the sample and explore more and more in detail fine structures. But we can also zoom, on a smaller area here. And if you focus on the blue labeling, which is diffuse, when we change objectives with here the higher objectives, 25x, they are dots and they are not blurry anymore. Yeah. So here are different displays of these acquisitions. that we made, showing that it's possible to do multi-resolution imaging with the Facility Edition Light Sheet Microscope. And if we focus on the same region of interest, you can see the difference of resolution between the choice of objective magnifications, and the resolution will not be the same for this small area. So as I said about the strategies, you must consider that there is a balance between the chosen acquisition strategies and the time of the experiments. And thanks to the Alpha-Free Facility Edition, it's automatically possible to switch between macro to micro view imaging. So here, just to sum up, the Facility Edition that you can see here on the right combines key technologies, providing a uniform, optimally resolved, and full-field light sheet image for multiple sample acquisition at any magnification configuration. The fully automated system controlled by the software allow optimal user experience with a faster learning curve. And that's all. We hope you enjoyed discovering the Facility Edition Light Sheet Microscope. And now, if you have any question, I think it's your time. If it's easier for you, you can write your question in the chat and I can read them and answer them directly if you want. Yes, this is optically. I have my colleague Cyprian, which is the hardware and optic engineer. I will ask them precisely how to align it. Let, let me, I'll be back. Yeah. Can you please comment on the alignment process and also when switching objectives?
Hello. All right. So can you please comment on the alignment procedure in general and also when switching light sheet objectives? So there's two different processes that happen in this this configuration. So the first one is once the system is already optimized. When you change objectives, you go to a different configuration, the presets and parameters that were saved previously are brought back. So everything is back in focus and sharp like it was. And on top of that, there is a series of automated procedures and automated optimizations that can be started so that the system will look for best contrast, best focus, and realign the sheets and focus parameters like correction color and all the channels. Was that the question? Or do you need any more precisions?
Yeah. Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, sorry. I see the question about the focus sweeping. So technically, what we do is that we use tunable lenses on both illumination arms, and these are moving um, the lateral focus in conjugation with the rolling shutter of the camera. So the beam focus will automatically move from left to right simultaneously on both sides. So the camera will only looking at the optically best part. So that's why it's a constant beam thickness. Yeah. You're welcome. Other questions? Mhm. Focus opinion. No, thanks. What NA do your objective lenses have? So we have different type of objectives, different magnifications. We have the 2x. Oh, maybe I can go to the slide to better answer. We have the 2x, the 4x, the 10x, the 20x, 25x, 40x. It is compatible with the system here. And for what kind of objectives do you want the numerical aperture? Maybe it will be easier for you for your questions. The 60x, the NA of 60 is 1. And it's also possible to have a magnification changer if you want to zoom. You're welcome. Yes, it's possible to have incubation enclosure. We have a partnership with Ocolab, and it's possible to have incubation for live imaging, precisely for temperature, CO2, and humidity. You're welcome. In the chamber, it depends on the precisely the size is 25 millimeter width, 50 millimeter length, and the height of the sample depends on the long working distance of your detection objectives. Alors, is there an option for the sample in the liquid medium? I'm sorry, I do not understand the question. About the rotation, yes, it's possible to do rotation with the facility edition, and it's exactly the same rotation that we have with the alpha-free standard microscope. Yes, alors, we have different type of mounting accessories. So we can mount in the gel, agarose or feta gel, put some liquid and put the embryos here. But it depends on the type of the size of your samples, because it's possible to put them on the glass plate and clamp it without squeeze it, but just maintain it. It depends on the size of your embryos. To do it like that for larger samples, because for the small sample mounting, the maximum size is 2 millimeters to do it in the gel. But if your embryos is a little bit bigger, you can also put them on the glass plate and maintain them. You're welcome. And thank you very much for everybody. If you have another question, because I see the time, you can send us a message, contact us, and that's all. Thank you very much for your attention, and have a good day.